This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Glazov gang. This is a Nonie Darwish moment. I have a New Year wish list for America. I wish Americans would stop using the word racist. It's very hostile. It's offensive. It's meaningless. And it's even vulgar. The word racist reminds me of the Islamic word kafir or infidel. This word is designed to degrade and to silence speech. And I hope America stops using it. I wish America would get back to its pride in its accomplishments, in its culture, and its ethics. No, not all cultures are equal, and not all religions are equal, especially in their adherence to values of human rights and individual freedoms. I wish America would reject any religion or ideology, and it doesn't matter if it calls itself religion. I wish America would reject an ideology or a religion that commands the killing of apostates or the killing of its members if they wish to leave. In fact, any ideology that commands the killing of those who leave it should never be called a religion, but it's a dangerous cult that must never be given equal treatment and equal respect with biblical-based faiths. Islam is the only religion on earth that legally kills apostates. Only the mafia kills those who leave it, and Islam. I wish the mainstream media in America would have the self-discipline to stop competing with politicians on running the government, oversteering the direction of the government, and to get back to reporting the news to the people. I wish Americans on both sides of the aisle would aspire for equality of opportunity and not for equality of results. Aspiring for equality of results will always be a losing battle. The world was never designed for us to become like robots, equal exactly to one another. It was never designed like that. Even babies at birth, they are not all born equally healthy. They are not all born with the same good and bad parents, or the same abilities, same talents, or the same genes. Each person should discover that for themselves. So politicians who advocate equality of results need to be reminded of the good old serenity prayer to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. I wish Americans would encourage and train their sons and daughters to value marriage. I wish American mothers and fathers would tell their girls in their 20s, hey, I want to see you as a bride, and ask their sons, I want to see you as a husband and a father. That is a value that really will help society overcome a lot of its problems. I wish American politicians would give up on relying on moderate Muslims or on moderate Muslim governments to help destroy ISIS. I hear that in the news all the time. Oh, but the Saudi government or the Egyptian government or the Jordanian government are our friends and they are going to help us destroy ISIS. No, they are not. And the reason is they are all Sunnis themselves. And these nations have not yet, with all what's happening, have not yet mobilized their huge armies to move against ISIS. And you know why? Because if Saudi armies, Egyptian armies, Jordanian armies, or even Turkish armies go to destroy ISIS, the majority of them will defect and join ISIS. And you know why? Because in the minds of many Muslims, ISIS is true Islam. Just recently, a Muslim, well-known Muslim sheikh in Egypt said that what ISIS is true Islam. So I wish also that American politicians and media would broadcast the daily threats and the reckless statements by Muslim religious leaders and politicians, the same way they report on Christian and Jewish leaders. It would be great if the West hold the Islamic educational system and Islamic leaders responsible for the incitement to commit terrorism and jihad. These huge numbers of jihadists all over the world who are doing all this terror in the name of Islam cannot be just a freak minority. They are linked to the way Islam is being taught, and this has to be exposed. And Islamic leaders who are saying insightful things should be ashamed by the whole world and exposed. I wish America would treat its citizens as adults who can deal with the truth. They can make decisions for themselves and take the consequences of any failures. This is the healthy relationship between media, government, and citizens. I also wish that American seniors, the senior citizens in the United States, are given back their important role within the family, in the lives of their grandchildren, to end Western banishment of the senior citizens of this country, to live together all alone in the senior communities just for spending a permanent vacation. And I don't want them to do labor, but I would like to see them more involved within the family, because grandchildren need the wisdom and the legacy of their grandchildren, of their grandparents. Different ages have different roles to contribute to society, and senior citizens in America are banished from giving this great wisdom back to society and back to the children, the disfranchised children of this country. They need the wisdom of the grandparents. I wish that disfranchised African American youth, that they will understand how their lives matter. Their lives do matter. But it's up to them to make their life matter. It's not up to any other human being to make anyone's life matter. My life matters because I make it matter. And no one on earth should be responsible for making my life matter. And it hurts me to see these wonderful African American youth carry signs like our lives matter when it's all in their hands. I wish that every American would not graduate from high school or college without basic education in economics and how wealth is created. I also wish that Americans had no drug and alcoholism problem. Drugs and alcoholism are hurting America badly. I wish Americans understand that healthcare is not a right, because doctors and nurses cannot be forced to give their services for free. If a human being is tied to the services of other human beings, then it cannot be a right. A right can only be accomplished without the help of others, unless you pay for it. I have the right to be free. My freedom does not depend on other people giving it to me. Just keep away from restraining me. And that's a right, to be free. But healthcare is a service that must be given by someone else. And it's not free, and it's not a right. It's a service. I wish that every American teenager would visit a third world country before starting to vote, so they are able to see for themselves what works and what doesn't work, how to appreciate America, and to really understand that societies can never be perfect, and how they have to contribute so they avoid the failures of third world countries. And finally, I wish that our educational system would not shy away from teaching our kids, American children, a healthy dose of patriotism. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year. And please, go to JamieGlazov.com and support him. Thank you.